let's talk a little bit about the relocation and the relocation assistance. The most important things with relocation when you're applying for a position, okay? First of all, the biggest mistake is, well, I would relocate from New York to Albuquerque, New Mexico, or to Seattle, depending on the salary and depending on relocation. That's not the truth. The relocation from one state to another, especially if the states are far apart, is a function of how you or your family feel about relocating. For example, let me again use the same example. If you're in New York and you want to move to Albuquerque, New Mexico, do you know anybody there? Have you ever been there? Do you know the cost of living? Do you know the culture in that state? So before you start applying, if you don't want to add extra stress in your job search, have an honest talk with yourself and your family member about your willingness to move to that particular state. Let me give it to you in honest, direct, transparent way. If you're making 100,000 and you call me and say, well, if they pay me 200,000 from New York moving to Albuquerque, New Mexico, I'll move. Well, that's not how it works, because you need to look at various websites that you could look into what the salary range is where you live and what is the equivalent of that salary in the state you want to move. And there's scientific data there that tells you about the cost of living comparison between one state, salary comparison, the cost of housing, electricity, gasoline. So if you feel that you need to be paid double, and that's not the factual data, is not going to happen. So what needs to be, again, absolutely clear is that, do you have any roots? Have you ever been in that state? Are you happy with the climate? Will you or your family will be happy living in that culture, in that climate? Because they're not going to be a magic number that they would pay you significantly more. Now, again, if the cost of living is more, they would adjust it. So that is the biggest things with relocation. Before you apply, make sure that you and your family are committed to move, because you're going to drag yourself into the process, spend hours in preparing for interviews, sending information, going through these interviews. But if you don't know at the beginning you're going to move, you will be wasting a lot of time. So make sure before you apply that you're committed to move to that location. As far as the money and the amount of relo assistance they're willing, obviously the higher the position pays, the higher you will be able, company has the budget to pay you to relocate. If you're looking for 80,000, 180,000, 280,000, all of that could have a different relocation assistance, from helping you to move your home's good, to pay your first and second month of your housing, or giving you a lump sum amount of money to do all of that on your own. But it is in a direct correlation with the position you're applying, the level of experience you're looking at. If they're looking for a very well experienced, higher managerial level, then they would have more money to share with you. And remember, those are the things that you would talk not in the first interview, but as the interview progresses and you get through the interview, the more they find you suitable for the position, then you could start negotiating and talking about those things, which we can talk further about that.